In today's episode of Value on My Toy Collection, we're going to value some dollhouse pieces and miscellaneous items and a lot of loose Barbies. So stay tuned until the end to see our overall grand total. Hey everyone, my name is Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of two things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum. So it's finally happened. I've bought a building and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has two large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection. And then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of Value in My Toy Collection and value some toys. Well, we've got a lot of dolls and toys to get through today, so let's jump right in and get started. First, from 2002, we have an exotic beauty Barbie loose here. She's worth about $25. We have a custom-made doll here worth about $30. I always value those about $30. And then we have this doll in the pink and black. She's worth about $20 because of her dress and hair. And then this one in the green and white beaded dress is also worth about $20. And then we have this doll in the black lace dress worth about $10. And here we have another one with an afro with a really nice dress. She's worth about $20. And then we have this one, which is a candy doll, but she lost her hair, so she's probably only worth about $15. I have a Josephine Baker Integrity doll that's worth a big old $125. I was shocked. And then we have this Barbie 40th Anniversary doll worth about $15. I have a Birthstone doll. She's worth about $15 as well. I have this Barbie in the long black dress. She's worth about $10. And then this custom fairy doll someone made, she's probably worth at least $20. She's actually probably worth a little bit more than that because someone put a lot of time into making her, and I don't even remember where she came from. I've had her so long. All right, next up, this doll with the afro and the green clover dress, she's worth about $10. And then we have some more one-of-a-kind dolls, so I always value these at about $30, and I'm gonna make a big international pageant display at the Toy Museum with all these custom dolls and put little different country banners on them. I think that'll be cool. Probably have about 300 in the set. That'll be really nice. So those are $30 each. And then here's a couple more that are $30. This one that someone made with all the flowers is worth about $30. And then this one's also $30 in the fuchsia and black dress. And then this one's not custom made, it's just a store-bought dress, but I think it's a Barbie basic. I'm not 100% sure, but she's worth $30 as well. This one in the red and striped dress is worth about $10. And this one is a Cafe Society Members' Choice Second Edition doll from 1997, worth about $25. And then this doll with the maroon, I think she's a celebrity doll. She's worth about $15. This doll in this really cool purple gown is worth about $15. And then we have a 101 Dalmatians Cruella doll that we put a gown on. She's probably worth about $12. And then this regular doll, she's probably worth about $5. She's from a girl band, I believe. And then this long black gown doll with a dress and this nice doll, she's worth about $15. We have a Couture Angel doll. She's worth about $25. And then we have the Golden Waltz Barbie. She's worth about $10. And there's my helper Daisy watching everything I do. I have a 2000 Hollywood movie star Barbie worth about $20. And a Model 4 Barbie Basics doll worth about $35. And then this doll in the multicolored dress worth about $10. I have a Toys R Us 50th Anniversary Golden doll worth $25 loose. And then this really cool African-American one-of-a-kind doll in the short silver dress worth about $20. Her makeup's really good. And this doll in the red and black dress worth about $5. I have this doll in the green sequin dress. She's worth about $15 with her custom earrings. And then this doll in the silver and black with the afros worth about $20. And we have a Mycene doll in a Grecian dress worth about $20. An Esmeralda doll in a red gown worth about $15. And another Barbie Basic, this one from Target with a small afro worth about $35 at least. She could be worth more than that. And this one in the silver worth about $5. I have this Integrity doll. She's worth about $65. And another normal doll next to her in the silver worth about $5. And then a Mycene doll worth about $15. And then we have this doll, that's a Bette Midler doll as a mermaid. She's worth about $45. And this really nice beaded doll, this gown's really nice. It's worth about $25. And then we have a Flojo doll worth about $15. We have a Brandy doll. She's worth at least $15. And one of the newer black Barbies worth about $15. And then we have a blonde Janae with an afro and a blue dress worth about $25. All right, moving right along, we have this doll, normal doll in this white suit, the clothes alone, she's worth $10. Marilyn Monroe doll worth about $15. And then a Vanna White doll worth about $12. This doll in this really nice purple gown, and she's worth about $15. This doll is called Secret of Three Teardrops. She's worth about $20. And then we have a star doll in a silver dress worth about $20. We have this doll with a bob haircut with a blue gown on. She's worth about $15. And this one's really cool. It's a Doris Day Barbie, and she's worth $65. I was going to sell her, but she was too cool. I decided to keep her. And a regular doll in a silver dress worth about $5. And then we have another regular doll with a bob haircut. She's worth about $5. And then we have this Princess of Holland doll loose worth about $20. And this doll, I think she's a Barbie Basic, but I can't remember. She's worth $15. And then this one's also worth about $15. This one in the long red gown is probably worth $10. And then we have another one in a long red and black gown worth about $10. And then we have a couple more. I believe this one is custom made, but she's just not as elaborate. So she's probably worth about $10, probably more than that with that rerouted hair. This one's worth about $10. I know that one came from Walmart, but I can't remember her name. She's pretty old. And this one's just a beautiful doll. I value her at about $10. And this doll came from the Pocahontas line. She's worth about $10. And then we have Charlotte from Princess and the Frog and Tiana, and they're worth about $15 each. And then we have this one. She's really nice. She's worth about $15. And then we have the Bob Mackie Goddess of the Sun loose, worth about $35. And then we have this doll. She's really pretty, probably worth about $10. I hope I'm right in saying this, but I think these next two dolls, these African American dolls, are from the Janae line, and they're worth about $25 each. And then we have this doll, great dress and hair, probably worth about $10. I'm not sure where she came from. Then we have some more dolls. This is just a pretty Barbie with a black dress, worth about $10. And then this is a Barbie Basic in a gold dress that's actually worth about $30. And then we have this doll with an afro that's worth about $15. Here's a doll just in a red and green dress that we're changing that outfit. She's worth about $10. And then this one in the long gown's also worth about $10. And we have this cool one that's got a knitted dress on with braids worth at least $15. We have another Janae doll. She's worth about $25. And then from Oz, we have a Venora or Evanora worth $15 and a regular doll worth about $5. All right, moving on to our dollhouse stuff now. We got this little custom-made couch someone made worth about $5 and 3 pieces of wicker furniture worth about $15. That's pretty collectible now. This metal stove is worth about $35, and these plastic throne chairs and stools are worth about $10. I have a crochet doll that's worth about $10. And then in the little dollhouse bookcase, we have this little dining room set with all the accessories worth at least $25, maybe more than that. But we're going to value it at $25 right now. And then over in the living room, we have the little rug worth about $5. And then the table, it's a coffee table, a chair, a couch, an end table, and lamp and pitcher. That whole set's worth at least $35. Someone spent a lot of time. They got Barbie furniture and then reupholstered it. This little ceramic tray with food's worth about $6. And then a lot of miscellaneous stuff. We have these little baskets worth about $1 each, and these little beaded canisters worth about $3 each. This little tea infuser is worth $12, and the little plates of food with the dishes are worth about $4. A couple little cakes worth $2, and a plate that's worth $2, and a couple little presents that are worth about $1 each. Dining room pitchers worth about $1, and these two dress forms, these are worth about $6 each. These little vintage Susie Goose hutches are worth $15 each, and the little green tea set's worth about $3, and the white one's worth about $3. This vintage clock that looks like a little china hutch is worth $20, and these Victorian dolls are worth about $8 each. This doll chair that's actually a jewelry box is worth about $15. And this really cool little recliner chair is worth about $12. A small Barbie refrigerator worth $12, and a large Barbie refrigerator worth $15. I have a little vase of flowers here. It's worth about $4. And this little rug is worth about $3. And another little beaded canister there is worth $3. Little modern statues worth about $5. And these two lamps that are actually Christmas ornaments are worth about $4 for the set. These little pictures you put on the wall are worth about $4 each. And this is a My Little Pony boom box, actually, worth about $10. And this metal mirror is worth at least $5. Little crystal flower in a pot is worth about $2. And then we've got these little flowers worth about $1 each. Advertising keychain from Bell System Westerns worth about $4. And these little porcelain baskets are worth about $2 each. This brass tea set with the little trays worth about $12. We have a little frog worth $1, and the vintage cookie monster is worth about $5. Have a couple plants. These are worth about $2 each. And then this jean hat box, it's worth about $7. Have a little souvenir salt and pepper shaker tea set worth $8, and that one's worth $8. These little figures are worth about $1 each, and the little record player is worth $4. And the Barbie tote bag is worth about $5. And the little woodsy chair is worth $2. And then we have a little dishwasher rack for Barbie worth $5, and these two little ceramic bowls are worth about $2 each, and the little vases are worth $4 each, and these little flower arrangements are for Kissin' Barbie from the 70s worth $5 each. Now we have a whole set of pillows here. They're worth about $3 for the set, and a Susie Goose desk is worth about $20. Then we have the Susie Goose wardrobe, and it's worth about $25, and it has a couple extra drawers to maybe another desk or something in there. We have the 1997 Masquerade Gala Barbie. She's worth $35. Have another one of those little frame pictures worth $4. A Barbie catalog worth $6. It has some of the old vintage fashions in there. A Marl and B card worth $1, and a Maxi catalog worth about $8. And then we have this mini mod doll still in the package worth $20. We have 5 of these little crocheted chairs that women would make out of old cans with the lids, and they're worth about $5 each, so that's $25 for the set. We have these little accessories that are worth about $5, and the tea set's worth about $4. The little mini flowers are worth $1 each, and the blue dishes are worth about $6. Then we have all these little Southern African American dolls. This one's worth about $3. And the little bells, these were kind of popular in the 70s and 80s. I don't think they'd be very popular today, but they're worth about $10 each. The little babies that are ceramic came from the Canton Flea Market, and they're probably worth about $10 each to collectors. And then the little wood figures are worth about $3 each. And this little boy and girl set's worth $10, and this little doll's probably worth about $5. And then from the My Scene doll set, we have the bookcase with some dishes on it. And the bookcase is worth $20, and the dishes are worth about $4. We have some soft body Barbies. I was surprised. These are super valuable. They're worth about $30 each, and we have 2 of those. And then we have 2 plants that go in the Barbie house worth $10 each. We have an assortment of pet accessories worth about $8. And then speaking of pets, there's my baby Daisy that likes to check out everything I'm doing. I love her. All right, then we have some Barbie pets. And some of these are Barbie and some of them aren't, but they're super cute. Some are worth more than $2, some aren't. But I'm just gonna say $2 each for all of these. And we have 10 of those, so that's another $20 we can add to our total. And then we had 3 more to add at $2 each, so that's $6 more. The little Barbie cat with the collar is worth $5, and the little Barbie dogs are worth at least $4 each. And then this is from 1989, a Sweetie Pup's worth $10. And then we have 2 of Barbie's larger dogs from 1984, and these are worth about $20 each. Well, in our previous 448 videos of value in my toy collection, our collection was worth $1,107,408. Now, when we add this video with all of our Barbies and some of our one-of-a-kind Barbies and dollhouse furniture, we can add another $2,545 to our total. So that means for episode 449 of Value in My Toy Collection, our new grand total is $1,109,953. I always wanted to say I had $1 million toy collection, and now I can say it. But I don't really think I'm a millionaire. I think I'm more of a toyonaire because it's not actual cash money. But maybe one day it will be when I retire. But I'm not a millionaire. I've just been saving these toys all my life, going to thrift stores, flea markets, garage sales, toy stores, and looking online, and it just accumulated to that total. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I am making them. I like to see what all I have and what it's actually worth. And I'm putting all the toys on our Facebook page, which is called the Toy Vault of Mississippi. So check that out. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please think about doing so because it really helps us grow. So until our next video, we will see you then.